Yes. That's the thing. That's what we're going to do. We're all going to be millionaires this time next month.
Yeah, that's right.
Watch this stuff.
I don't know. Actually, I'm half joking, half serious. I don't know if Roger's ever thought about posting those audios up on Audible for sale. You know, like a 99 cent per download kind of thing. Because I've downloaded. I've tried downloaded audio books from Audible, and it turned out to be like some wankers doing their recording of their own using like some really low quality recording devices.
Some wankers, eh? Sounds like me, bro.
Great British colloquialism there. Yeah, British colloquialism.
It rub off between Mark Edward and Mr. Robots, you know, the English and Australian colloquies rubbed off on me. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just can't understand you under that incredibly thick British accent.
Yeah.
V, I think he stopped talking in his own voice and started replaying other people's sounds like Bumblebee from the Transformers.
He's got ear infections too, by the way, so he won't be...
Oh, maybe that's why. Okay. Yeah. So V is now effectively Bumblebee.
Yeah. He's doing sound effects and stuff, so that's going to be a part of what we're doing. I don't even know how to say it properly. Like, engineer. He's going to be the engineer, I guess is the way to say it.
Practice. Come on, guys. We're talking about practice.
So, I went and got my coffee, but I had to stop off and smoke a cigarette too because I have to go outside to do that. And
so hard drive.
Oh,
yes, I'm here. Wait, do you ask me something, Roger?
No, I was wondering if there was anything that I was missing.
No, I heard we were just talking about. Bob was just saying about the fancy new drama group that you started yesterday.
It's not fancy yet. It's going to be.
And then I suggested that you should, record these sessions and then post it up for sale on audible.com.
Well, that's a good idea too. Otto came up with another good idea yesterday too as well, because like a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be diving into has to do with the Church of the Subgeniuses.
Yes.
Church of the Subgeniuses. Is there any relation to the Church of the Space Turtle?
Probably.
Not related, but in the same sort of genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said to reach out to the Church of the Subgenius, and there might be chances to get some kind of like a
sub franchise.
Yeah, for it if they like our content.
That would be awesome, hey?
Yeah, that would be.
There's also there is an app for people who make their own videos, for wankers like us, Tan, who make their own videos. And there's, I don't know, it's like Audible, but it's not for full books. It's for little short videos. And my brother sent me one a couple of months ago. I'll go and ask him about it again. And it seems quite interesting. It seems to be a new trend among younger people to not sit down and listen to a whole book, but to listen to a short 10 or 15 minutes of something that comes with visuals.
See, I was trying to tell that to Mark Watashik the other day because he's telling Nancy she needs to start, or she needs to make a introduction that's like a minute and a half long. And I was like, hold on, dude, don't do that. Like, freaking, they're not even recommending that anymore. They're saying, like, if you're making a good introduction, make it at least 15 seconds, but don't go over 30 seconds, you know?
Yeah, I was going to say 30 seconds, yeah.
I'd say even 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. I think it's an ego thing, though, because, like, a lot of people who get into videos and doing all this stuff, they really want to put a lot into that introduction video, you know? And when they hear people say, well, you need to narrow it down, that kind of
the alternative method of doing that is actually just taking tiny clips from the actual video and using those tiny clips as an intro.
Those are what do they call those, hooks?
Yeah. Well, the thing about people is that they like being cozy. They like the thing that they heard last week and the week before and the week before. They like that thing. Oh, this is my show feeling. But with TV, you know, you had like a 1.5 minute introduction and the news and blah, 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 and TV had a captive audience. You couldn't really, you know, go anywhere. You either watched that news show or that news show. But nowadays, when there's so much variety, people just change the channel, you know, click to another thing. So there's a fine line between that feeling of familiarity and the boredom of like, oh, I want to talking already.
I do have.
I can still remember in Britain when we still only had 3 TV channels.
Oh my God!
Right on time, V. Right on time.
I remember
that was excellent.
Before there were TVs, even.
That was.
Let me tell you.
Now, I do have some bad news though.
Oh dear.
Yesterday when we were doing the stream, about half an hour of that wasn't recorded because I had it muted on accident. So that first advertisement we did with Lord Edworthy that Mark was doing, I'm gonna have to ask him to reread that at some point.
Oh, you don't mind doing that, do you, Mark? You'd love to. You know you're so cool.
Dude, by the way, I'm debating on that. Do you think I should keep that for comedy purposes, or do you think maybe I should just edit it? Because
yes,
I'm thinking, dude. After we did that, I'm like, dude, I cannot freaking delete that. I mean, you literally said on the stream, I'm going to go into a corner and cry, dude. You know what I mean? Are you okay with that? I mean, I want to ask you first.
For the purpose of comedy, I suppose.
Okay. I mean, because I was sitting there, dude. He said yes. I was sitting there thinking about that, and I was like, dude, that's actually good stuff. So I don't think we should delete that.
What would be really nice would be if somebody could make a backup recording of the show every time, so that, like, if you do get overwhelmed or whatever, you've got someone else that you can. Someone else has got a copy.
This is why I recommend that we'll just create a offline version. Use OBS to create an offline version, and then you can share that one.
Well, then we would lose the live stream option too, though, for it. You know, and like imprompt, or what do they call that? Where like Archie Bunker, All in the Family, when they first came out, it was all live. You know what I mean? There was no cut and there was nothing like that. Everything was live streamed. So when you went in and you did your scripts, you had to do them right then and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like what we do on the Quantum Gathering too. Like
That's using the old noodle.
you know, so they're getting that live stream feel to it. So I mean, there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I don't know, V. How handy are you with recording? Could you make a backup for Roger?
He's a
Yeah, well, one of us could have could run OBS on our machine and do the recording, because I don't think Roger, he can't do recording and streaming in one in one instance.
well. I mean, I am recording and streaming at the same time, but
Yes.
but what she's saying is like it's just from one computer. You know what I mean? Like
Set up a VM. Definitely the logical situation in your scenario.
you know, one thing too that I could do. I just had an idea, but I forgot it. But with the or anybody could do it actually. I don't really need video. Like this is cool right here, but it's just the audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you like Audacity, somebody use Audacity and just record the show, the audio stuff. You know,
Just make a backup track.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
But then,
I use Audacity.
No,
Right.
I to get the entire multimedia experience, you need video and audio.
Well, I well, see, the cool thing about the video thing is like this is a comedy parody, so I'm gonna like make graphics that go according to that genre. You know what I mean? And like with you now, how you were doing your readings and you were getting frustrated and getting ready to cry like a little baby.
Yeah.
That would be video quality, okay? But like us going through and doing the scripts, man, that's where the content is. It's in the words we say. But like with you, that would be Monty Python level. You know what I'm saying? Because I hope.
Yeah, but if you're going to upload this content to a video provider or video host, then you need some sort of
we'll have
something
video.
to keep them engaged, and
We'll
the
have
audience
videos.
engaged.
We'll have
Apart from audio.
we'll have radioactive chicken heads. Okay, that's where it's all at. It's all in the radioactive chicken heads, and then we have the radioactive swamp editions too. These are like we're gonna have swamp versions. If you know anything about making mashes, you've got the swamp versions, which is kind of weird. It's a mix between like hickorbilly, metal, and freaking ska music. Imagine Hank Williams Jr. trying to play freaking in a heavy metal band.
Stupid ass shit, I gotta sit through his shit! Well, it's not always.
So that's what swamp editions are basically about. I've got 2 or 3 of those set up. One's about reptilians that drink this dude's blood because it's so high.